This morning, I thought we would do a spring wood element yoga class. So I've got particular Qigong, here's Shide. I've got particular Qigong practices for that, as well as our yoga practice that will focus on the wood element, some acupressure and tapping. Good morning. Oh, she's just connecting. Good morning, Shade.
Good morning, Noelle.
Kudos for you to getting here at 5:30 a.m. from British Columbia.
I know. I made it. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you made it. So we're going to be doing a wood element practice today because we are officially in spring. We've been in spring for a while, and we've been preparing for spring in this class for a few weeks now, and moving between winter element and into our spring element. So we have lots of fun stuff to do, and I will talk about that as we go along as well. So right now, I am going to mute everyone. If you need me, just, wave your hands. And at the end, we'll unmute and talk a bit. Okay, so everyone is here. So let's begin by lying down on our backs in a corpse pose or shavasana. I'm going to do a little bit of reading. I'm going to read it now, and I'm going to read it at the end of class as well. So as you settle into your shavasana, we're going to start to focus on our breath. Breathing in and breathing out through your nose. And just settling into your yoga space. Letting all the sounds around you inside of your space and outside of your space. Maybe the hum of the refrigerator. Maybe you've got some animals moving around. Maybe some noises from outside of your room. Just allow those noises to become a part of your practice, not a distraction. The road to new beginnings. This is called completion. So life is a work of art in progress, made up of beginnings and endings that run together like wet paint. Yet, before we can begin any new phase in life, we must sometimes first achieve closure with respect to the current stage we are in. Many of life's experiences call for closure. Often we cannot see the significance of an event or the importance of a lesson until we have reached it. Or we may have finished a certain phase in life or path of learning and want to honor that ending. It is this sense of completion that frees us to open the door to new beginnings. Closure serves to tie up or sever loose ends, quiets the mind even when questions have been left unanswered, signifies the conclusion of an experience, and acknowledges that a change has taken place. The period of completion, rather than being just an act of finality, is also one of transition. When we seek closure, what we really want is an understanding of what has happened and an opportunity to derive the lessons we can from an experience. Without it, there is no resolution, and we're left to grieve, relive old memories to the point of frustration, or remain forever connected to people from our past. A sense of completion regarding a situation may also result when we accept that we have done our best. If you cannot officially achieve closure with someone or something, you can create a sense of completion by participating in a closure ritual. Write a farewell letter to that person and then burn your note during a ceremony. This ritual allows you to consciously honor and appreciate what has taken place between you and release the experience so that you can move forward. Closure can help you let go of feelings of anger or uncertainty related to your past, even as you honor your experience, whether good or bad, as a necessary step on your life's path. This allows you to emotionally lay to rest issues and feelings that you may be weighing down on your spirit. When you create closure, you affirm that you have done what is needed, are wiser because of your experience, and are ready for whatever life brings you next. So as we close our winter season, and I'm ready to close that officially, we are moving into spring. We are entering a completion of one season, and we are blooming, growing, and moving into the next. Take a few more deep breaths. Allow your breath to deepen. Inhaling and feeling your belly gently rise. Exhaling, feeling your belly soften. And then let's begin to wake our body up just a little bit. Let's start with doing a cross stretch. So we're going to extend our right heel. So flex your foot, extend the right heel, and reach away with your left arm. So we're making this nice diagonal stretch in our body. Try to keep the right arm, left leg relaxed and soft. One more deep breath. And slowly release. Other side, flexing the left foot and reaching behind you, up behind you with your right arm. Inhaling and exhaling. Soft right leg and soft left arm. One more deep breath. And release. And then bringing one full body stretch, both arms overhead, reaching from navel to fingertips and navel to toes. Maybe you flex your feet, point your toes. If that feels good, deep, deep breath. And release. Take one deep breath in, one deep breath out. From here, let's bend our knees, place your feet on the floor. Make sure the back ribs are in contact with the mat. And begin to move your legs gently side to side. So just a little bit, maybe 10, 20 degrees. And again, just getting in touch with the low back, the sacrum, seeing how that area feels today, maybe a little bit into the hips. And then bring your knees, your legs to a rest, and then just move your head side to side, feeling the back of your head. And then inhale, bring your left knee in towards the chest. And we're going to hug behind the knee. So right behind the knee is bladder 40. It's good for low back pain. It's also in the water element. And remember, we're leaving winter and entering spring. So we're just going to hug here, just a couple breaths. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And then slowly start to lift the left heel up to the ceiling. Keep a little bit of a bend behind the left knee. And then just turn your ankle, your foot in and out. Opening the ankle joint. Gently stretching the left hamstring. And then just circle your ankle a couple times in each direction. The place where energy gets stuck in the body or the joints, so especially bigger joints, ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. And then just give yourself one little hug, just drawing your hamstring a little bit closer to your body. Reach the heel up to the ceiling. We still have a bit of bend in that left knee. Deep breath in and out. And then slowly bend the left knee, place the left foot on the mat. And repeat on the other side. Grab behind the knee on the right leg and hug that knee in. Couple of breaths here. And then start to stretch that leg, heel reaching towards the ceiling. If you feel a bit of tingling, it's just that stretch in the sciatic nerve. It's called flossing the nerve. So it's waking it up a little bit. And then move your ankle again side to side. And some circles, a few in each direction. And then one last big stretch, reach the heel up to the ceiling, deep breath. And slowly lower that right foot back to the mat. From here, just raise one arm or the other, roll over to one side, and then press yourself up into a comfortable seated pose. You can use your blanket or your cushion if you wish. Sit your hips up on it. And that takes all the effort out of keeping a nice straight spine. Rest your hands on your lap. Imagine a thread pulling you from the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Take a breath in and out. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, come over to the right shoulder. Exhale, back to the center and over to the opposite side. So making little half circles, just making sure our neck is loose, the muscles are waking up. And come back to the center. So the spring element is governed by the liver and gallbladder meridians, and they rule the sense organ of the eyes. So let us work a little bit with eyes. We're going to do some eye exercises. We're going to look up at the ceiling, just moving our eyes at the 12 o'clock. Imagine it's a clock. And then look down at 6, look up at 12, back down at 6, up at 12, back down at 6, back to the center. And then look left and right. 3 times or 4 times, whatever feels good. Now, if your eyes are sore, it's probably from computer work. Plus, we don't exercise our eye muscles a lot. Back to the center. Then imagine you're looking up at 11 o'clock to the left, and then lower right, 5 o'clock. So diagonally, upper left, lower right, upper left, lower right, upper left, lower right, back to center, and then switch, upper right, lower left. So 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and just do diagonal movements with your eyes back to the center. And then let's do 3 clockwise circles, coming around the clock, moving our eyes in a circular motion. And then the opposite direction, clockwise, counterclockwise. And then just squeeze your eyes. So make little pursed lips, squeeze your face muscles together, and then open your jaw wide and close. Take your thumbs or index fingers and find the eyebrow in the corner of your eye, right on the bony part of your eye socket. There should be a little dent as you come from the bridge of your nose out, in that little dent, and just press in there. This is bladder 2 acupoint, but it's awesome for eyes, for sinuses, frontal headaches. We're just going to push in there a little bit. I always call this the ice cream headache point. Feels like when you eat really cold ice cream fast, it feels like a headache happens here. Just pressing in. One more deep breath. Good. And then just take your index fingers in front of your eye, so just in the center, and come straight down onto your cheekbone, that socket or your socket right below the eye. And if you can gently take your index fingers in there a little bit, I should move up a little bit in the camera so you can see me. How's that? So right in here, there's a little divot. You can feel it. So acupoints, or they're called bone holes. So that's how we find some acupoints, with the little notches or holes. So just press in there, and then take your fingers and then just come under your cheekbones. And again, you'll find a little bit of a hole here. And press in. So these are all good for sinuses and your eyes. So lots of people have allergies in the spring. So these are really good points to remember. And as always, breathe nice and deeply as you press. Good. So one of the Qigong movements we're going to do is called opening and closing the gates. So there are 4 acupuncture points. There are actually 2, but all the points are bilateral that open. That's called 4 gates, and it opens the gates. It opens all the movement of the Qi in the body. So it's this point here, large intestine 4, in combination with liver 3. So first we're just going to squeeze. So you can grab it, you can hold it, whatever feels good. I like to kind of squeeze a little bit and massage that point. It's always a little bit tender on me, and especially if we use a lot of phone and devices and your thumbs a lot. So spend about, I like to do 3 to 5 deep breaths on each point. Just make sure you do each side about 3 to 5 deep breaths. And again, if it's really sore, just make sure you spend a bit of time there. This is also the major pain point in the body. So it's great for headaches and all types of pain. And then the last point is liver 3. So I'm going to do liver 3 from butterfly pose. So the big toe and the second toe, take your index finger, slide between them on the top of your foot to where the bones meet, and just press. So press in there, deep breaths. And again, I like to press 3 to 5. This one is often very sore on most people. So the liver is the primary mover of chi in the body. Most of you know this. It's like the gas in the car, the spark plugs when we used to have spark plugs in cars. Now it would be the computer system in a car. But this is what gets everything moving. So anytime you have pain, anytime you have discomfort, any kind of dis-ease or discomfort in the body is usually a result of chi stagnation somewhere. And liver moves chi. So this is awesome point. So liver 3, top of the foot, large intestine 4, 4 gates. Okay, so that's our big chi movers. So let's stand and we're going to open practice with doing some Qigong specifically for the spring. And I'm recording this, so you guys will you can have a recording. It'll be on the website if you want to practice it again. So the first one we're going to do is called opening and closing the gates. We want to start with our feet just a comfortable distance apart, maybe hips distance apart. And you can watch, if you want to watch first, you can watch first. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the gate. So our arms come up and we make our cactus arms. Okay, and when we do that, we just squeeze the chest. It's not about the low back, it's about the chest and the shoulder blades. So just like when we do our upward salute, we want to squeeze those shoulder blades together. And when you do that, you naturally look up. It's a natural back bend. This is our opening the gates. Now, when we come to close the gates, our arms start to come forward, our knees bend, and our backs of our hands turn towards each other as we sink down, sink your tailbone to the ground. So I'm almost sitting. Okay? And then inhaling, we rise up and open the gates. Exhaling, close the gates. Inhale. And exhale. So this particular movement, it awakens the spine, starts to open the large joints in the body, right? We're moving our shoulders, we're sinking into those knees and hips. We're opening the chest. Let's do 2 more. Remember, you can always do this seated on the chair. And last one, open the gate. And from here, just start to stand and settle the chi back down. So just bring your arms back down, settle the chi. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And just notice, how does your body feel? Where are you feeling the energy movement? What are you feeling? Wood, element, liver, and gallbladder rule the tendons and the ligaments. They also are on the outer side and the inner side of our body. So the next Qigong, we've done this before, it's just a simple lateral stretch. So as we inhale, one arm up, we exhale, and let this arm be really heavy. It's like a lever, just bringing us over to the side. It's just simple side stretch. As this arm comes down, this arm comes up. And remember, arms feel light, like they're balloons, helium balloons. This is a lever, it's nice and heavy. And as we inhale up and exhale. And inhale. So don't think yoga, think soft. You can even have a little bend in your knees. Imagine that your arms are super, super light as they come up and really, really heavy as you bend to the side, especially the arm that's reaching towards the floor. And one more to each side. Good. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, hands back down, settling the chi. And then the next one we're going to do is called Qi pulsing. So we're going to inhale our arms up as we settle those hips down, exhale, and gently come up. So just a little, it's kind of like the squat would be in yoga, but we're not quite squatting. We're not as deep as we were in opening the gates. It's just a slight knee bend. Moving with the rhythm of your breath, inhaling, exhaling. Soft arms, soft hands, soft elbows. As you bring your arms forward again, imagine they're helium balloons underneath. This is called Qi pulsing. I kind of think like, I feel like my plants, we're sprouting up, my tulips are coming up, and then we get this cold weather and they're just not quite ready to spring all the way up. They're just pulsing with life at the moment in spring. Good, last one. And release. Maybe close your eyes, take a few breaths. Notice how you're feeling. And then one more for our wood element. We are going to come into our horse stance. So tailbone, it doesn't really tuck, but our hips just come straight down, just like we're doing chair pose. Okay, and this is horse stance, and we're going to embrace tree. So we're going to inhale and exhale. You can slightly come up, maybe not fully extend your knees, but straighten them a bit. So as you're doing this movement, think about, again, maybe some completion, something that you're completing, something that you're ready to get closure on, and moving into spring, something that you want to nurture, you want to grow, you want to happen, you want to start. Maybe it's a new habit, maybe it's a new, I don't know, book, anything. Nice deep breaths, inhaling, hugging that tree, exhaling, expanding. So again, this is all about the big joints, the big movement that spring embraces and that happens during the springtime. One more. Beautiful. And then just release and step back together. Take a breath, take a breath. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to start to warm up our body. So we usually do cat-cow on the table position, but today let's just do our wave. So if you're in the back class, we learned our wave, but you're easy to follow along. So as you come forward, the arms round forward, belly tucks in. It's almost like we're doing a cat pose. This is Qigong cat and cow. Breathing. Just a few more waves. Come back to standing. Let's inhale into that opening the gate pose. And then exhale, start to fold forward. Bend your knees softly and just come into a full forward bend. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more. Bring hands to the heart and press palms together. Press your feet into the mat and just stand up in mountain. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, come into your upward salute. Remember, you can take your arms however you need to for your shoulders. Softly fold forward, exhaling. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more in and one more out. Hands to the heart, press palms together and rise up. Make sure you're at the top of your mat. You have your blocks available if you're going to use your blocks. Press hands together, Anjali Mudra. Feel equal pressure between the palms. Elbows are lifted, shoulders are soft and away from the ears. Notice your feet. Start to get in touch with that earth energy through the feet, feeling all the parts of your feet. Lift through the crown of the head. Inhale, upward salute. And exhale, softly fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to the knees, and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Take a deep breath. Exhale and fold forward. Let's grab our blocks, hands on the blocks, and step back with your right foot. Drop the right knee down. Coming into a lunge, low lunge. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more in, and one more out. And then let's lift that right foot, bring it back up. Hands to the heart, inhale, press up to stand. Take a breath in, breath out. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale and softly fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold again. Hands to the blocks, left foot steps back. Left knee to the ground, low lunge, deep breaths. One more. Tuck toes and step up with the left foot. Hands to the heart, press palms together and rise up. Deep breath. From here, we're going to step back with our right foot at a 45-degree angle. So make sure that if you push forward with this left knee, you feel strong. You feel like you're ripping that mat in half, and you feel the connection with the whole back foot, back leg. All of this is your root. This is your trunks, your tree, your spring energy. Good. And then we're just going to move. So inhaling, we're going to rise up, and then exhaling into warrior two. Inhale and exhale. So spring is growth. So imagine you're a flower, a tree. Feel the trunks, the roots. Use your feet and legs to rise up. Arms and branches are soft. Next time we rise up, we're going to exhale, just float that chi down from the heavens, all the way down, and release. Pivot on your right foot and step up. Hands to the heart. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale and softly fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to the blocks. Step back with the right foot. Right knee is on the ground. Take your hands to the left knee. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale. Exhale, fold. Hands to the blocks and step the right foot up. Bring hands to prayer, press into the feet and rise up. And other side, we're going to step back with our left foot, 45-degree angle. Make sure this knee stays open. Feel the strength in your roots, in your tree trunk. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So keeping that flowing movement in your arms, almost thinking of the branches in wind. Yesterday was a super windy day here. And wind is associated with spring as well. Last one, inhale up. And slowly bring that chi down, down, down. Beautiful. And then pivot and step left foot back up to the mat. Hands come to the heart. Inhale, upward salute. And exhale, softly fold forward. Hands to the block, step the left foot back. Left knee to the ground, hands to the right thigh. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold. Inhale, up. Again, strong right foot, strong left toes. Inhale and exhale. Step, hands to the blocks and step up. Hands to the heart and rise up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. So what we were doing is our forward and backward movements is energizing our water meridian, the winter, as we're moving into spring. So that movement of rising and lowering into our poses is very wood yoga. Now let's step back, come into wide leg pyramid. Wonderful. And then hands come to the heart. Little soft bend in the knees. Inhale, rise up. So however you want to have your arms. And then leave your hands on the backs of your legs. Exhale, tuck your chin and start to reach back with the tailbone. Slide your hands down. Beautiful. And then if you need your blocks, always have your blocks handy. That's fine. You can also have a block on the inside of your foot. We're just going to take our right hand over to the left foot and raise the left arm behind. Back to the center and then to the other side. Move with your breath. Exhaling as you reach behind in the twist. And then just come to a forward fold, wide leg forward fold, crown of the head reaching the mat, fingertips on the mat or the block, hands on the block, on the mat, wherever you feel comfortable, slight bend in the knees. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more. Good. Now walk your hands, you could take your block with you, walk your hands back over to the left. Good. So now we're kind of in a side pyramid or a side pose, little bend in the left knee, right foot all the way on the mat, stretching out that hamstring. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Step the right foot forward, we're still in our forward bend. And then slide the left foot straight back, flat foot, stretch the hamstring a little, soft bend in the right knee. Good. And then step back up with the left foot. And then from here, we're going to step back and you can come into a child's pose, or you can come in to a plank or down dog. So pick whatever works for your body. And then lower your knees. And then press back into child's pose. Feel yourself, let go. Again, surrendering to that earth energy. Beautiful. And then from here, just slowly roll up. Good. And then we'll just do a little flow for back bend. So inhaling, take your arms out, hands a little bit ahead of the shoulders, and then shift the weight forward. Okay. And then slowly start to lower. Chin, chest, straighten the legs. Hands remain by the chest. Tops of the feet to the mat. Squeeze the glutes and lift your kneecaps. Just come up into a little cobra. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more in and out. Now, because we're in that wood element, that wood energy, let's start to move our arms. So let's take our arms behind us, palms up, and then in front of us. And behind, and in front. And behind, so palms up, and in front. Bring your hands back alongside of your chest. And tuck your toes, press into your hands, up onto your knees, back into child's pose. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And then start to slowly roll up one more time. Inhale, reach out with your hands. Again, shift forward and slowly lower belly down to the mat, forehead to the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, squeeze glutes and quads, come into little cobra, deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's move our legs, lift them up and down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one, inhale up, exhale down. Forehead to the mat. Tuck your toes, press into your hands, come all the way up onto your knees and back. One more time into child's pose. Deep breath. Take your knees as wide as you need. Settle in, relax, and breathe. And then from here, start to press back up. Make your way into a seated pose, whatever is comfortable and wherever that is comfortable for you. And just take a moment to settle. Get back in touch with the breath. Notice any changes or shifts in your body. And let's just do a nice simple twist. So as I was saying in our back class, when we twist, if you just start to turn very slightly towards your left, you feel a bit of movement from the pelvis. The pelvis moves with us. So imagine that you're going to go pelvis and then torso and then lastly head. So let's just twist to about, I don't know, 60–70% of our capacity. So inhaling our arms up, exhale and twist, and then just settle in here. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel a lift through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, you'll feel yourself softening into that twist even more. Take 3 deep breaths. Beautiful. Now let's leave our right hand on our left knee. We're going to inhale, bring the left arm over to the right knee. So now we're back in a cross position. And then exhale and just fold forward. Inhale, rise up, and you can take the left hand on the the right hand on the left shoulder. And then just raise that right elbow, looking at your palm in a modified eagle, or you can bind your arms in eagle, or you can hug. And take 3 deep breaths. Slowly release your arms, hands back to the lap. Notice how you feel. And then we're going to do the twist to the right. Same principle. We want to go maybe 70%. Just bring that left arm over to the right thigh, the right hand behind the hip. Everything turns like a corkscrew. And then as you exhale, feel yourself twist a little further. Should be very natural. One more deep breath. Then leave your left hand on the right knee and bring the right hand across to the left knee and exhale and fold. And then as you come up, the left hand can hug the right shoulder and then use the left elbow to lift the right arm, palm facing you, or you can bind in eagle arms or hug. 3 deep breaths. And slowly release your arms. Bring them back to your lap. Shoulders release. Take a few breaths. And notice how you're feeling. And then let's make our way onto our backs. So twisting like we just did, seated twisting and supine twisting, balances the body physically, upper, lower, left, right, top, bottom, however you want to say it. But it also helps us balance emotionally. It also activates Daimai, the only meridian, which is also a springtime meridian, the gallbladder. It's the only meridian that wraps around the waist, that goes horizontally. So it unbinds that and helps to create a balance, particularly upper, lower, left, and right. So we're going to do a supine twist here, but we're going to start in butterfly. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. Get comfortable in butterfly. Make sure that your rib cage stays connected to the mat. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Arms could be straight out, cactus arms, whatever feels comfortable. And then we're going to start to bring that right knee over towards the left. And you could leave it there or slide the right foot up to the left knee. Try to relax, take a couple deep breaths. And then just start to slide that right foot back to the left foot. And now you're back into your butterfly. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then repeat on the right side. So left knee starts to come over towards the right, or you can slide the left foot up to the right knee. Take about 3 deep breaths here. And then start to slide that left foot back to meet the right foot back into reclined butterfly. Deep breath in and out. Slowly draw your knees together. You can bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself one more little massage. And you can circle the hips, hands on the knees if you wish. And then just stretch your legs long, or you can keep your feet on the mat, knees bent for your back. Come into Shavasana. And just allow yourself to find a very comfortable place. Notice how far you want to have your legs apart. Notice how your breath feels. Feel this temperature of your breath. Notice if your body feels different, expanded, energized. See if you can notice that movement of chi through the body. And in particular, notice your legs, your hip joints, and see if they feel open, relaxed, maybe even warm. Life is like a work of art in progress, made up of beginnings and endings that run together like wet paint. Yet before we can begin any new phase in life, we must sometimes first achieve closure with respect to the current stage we are in. The road to beginning is all about completion. When you feel ready, start to bring some movement into your fingers, your toes, your head, or however you choose to move. Slowly rolling to one side or the other, and then coming into a comfortable seated pose. Once you have arrived in your seat, be comfortable. Notice your breath. And then we will close practice. I almost forgot, Deb, about our ohms, but we will close practice with 3 ohms. You're welcome to join me. I'm going to do 2 from the navel center and the last one from the heart. So deep breath in. Let's take a breath together, bring our arms up overhead, gather heaven chi, and bring it down into our heart as we exhale. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in practice this morning. I hope that you can take pieces of it off the mat and into your day whenever you need. The light in me honors and respects the light in each of you. Namaste.